Hey there, welcome to Tales of Africa. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay updated on our latest content. Thanks for joining us. Ready? In the heart of a lush African forest, there was a village like no other, where music flowed like the river, and the heartbeat of the land echoed through the drums. Every year, the king of the animals hosted the grandest of contests, the royal drumming contest, a competition that would crown the best drummer in the kingdom. The reward, a grand feast, gifts of gold, and the coveted title of royal drummer. The contestants were the mightiest and proudest animals. Elephant, with his powerful feet that shook the earth with each stomp. Lion, whose roar was known to startle even the stars in the night sky. And Rhino, whose tough skin could outlast the hardest of storms. But there was one unexpected contestant who dared to dream of winning. Tortoise, small and slow, often forgotten in the shadow of the giants. Tortoise was known for his quiet, unassuming nature, but he had a secret. Deep within the enchanted forest, he had learned to drum from the spirits of the trees, the ancient guardians of the land. They taught him rhythms that weren't just sounds but stories, beats that connected with the soul, and whispered secrets of the universe. He wasn't the strongest, the fastest, or the loudest, but he knew the magic of rhythm. One day, as the animals gathered to prepare for the contest, the proud lion noticed Tortoise watching from afar. He sneered and called out, "Tortoise, what brings you here? Surely you don't think you can compete with us. Your tiny legs could never beat like my mighty paws." The other animals laughed, except for Hare, who admired Tortoise's determination. "Don't underestimate him, Lion," said Hare with a mischievous grin. "There's more to drumming than strength." "Indeed," replied Tortoise calmly. "We'll see on the day of the contest." As the day of the contest neared, the village buzzed with excitement. Elephant, Lion, and Rhino boasted about their drumming skills, each believing they would be the one to claim the title. They practiced in the open fields, their booming rhythms shaking the ground. Tortoise, meanwhile, practiced alone in the forest, his drumming a soft melodic hum that the trees swayed to. But deep down, Tortoise felt the weight of doubt. "Can I really beat them?" he wondered as he gazed at the mighty elephant stomping out a thunderous rhythm. Even the birds perched on the treetops whispered about how foolish Tortoise was to think he stood a chance. That night, Tortoise visited the oldest tree in the forest, where the spirit of the ancient drummers resided. He drummed a soft rhythm, calling to the spirits for wisdom. The winds shifted, and the leaves rustled in response. "You are not the strongest, Tortoise," whispered the spirit in the breeze. "But you know the rhythm of life. Trust in what you've learned, and remember that drums speak to the heart, not the muscles." Bolstered by their words, Tortoise felt a surge of confidence. He knew what he had to do. Finally, the day arrived. The entire kingdom gathered in the village square. The king sat on his high throne, his golden mane shimmering in the sunlight. The stage was set, and the drums were ready. The tension in the air was palpable. One by one, the mighty animals took their turns. Elephant was first. His drumming was as powerful as thunder, each stomp reverberating through the ground. The crowd cheered, impressed by the sheer force. Next came Lion, who drummed with his paws and roared in time with each beat. His performance was fierce, primal, and wild. The crowd roared back, enthralled by his power. Then it was Rhino's turn. His drumming was steady, forceful, and relentless, like a storm that never ends. He pounded the drum with a force that shook the trees, and the animals stood in awe of his might. Finally, it was Tortoise's turn. As he slowly walked to the stage, the other animals snickered. "This should be amusing," Lion whispered to Elephant. But Tortoise was not deterred. He gently tapped the drum, and at first The sound was barely audible. Some animals in the crowd yawned, but then something magical happened. The rhythm began to flow like water, soft and smooth, drawing everyone in. Tortoise's hands moved in a dance of their own, creating a beat so intricate and delicate that it seemed to speak directly to the hearts of those listening. The wind picked up, swirling around the village, and the trees began to sway in time with the rhythm. The birds stopped chirping, the animals stopped whispering, and even the spirits of the forest seemed to watch in awe. Tortoise's drumming told a story of patience, wisdom, and connection to the earth. It was a rhythm that made the soul stir and the heart race. As the last beat echoed through the air, there was complete silence. For a moment, no one moved. Then the crowd erupted in applause. Tortoise had done what no one had expected. His rhythm, though soft, had touched them all. The king stood, ready to announce Tortoise as the winner, but Lion, consumed by jealousy, interrupted. "This is nonsense. Tortoise's drumming was weak. He does not deserve the title." The crowd murmured in confusion, but Elephant, who was proud, yet fair, said, "Lion, Tortoise's rhythm was unlike anything we've ever heard. It moved us all. The contest is about who can speak to the heart, not just who can drum the loudest." But Lion was blinded by greed and his hunger for the title. He challenged Tortoise to a final drum-off, demanding that Tortoise prove himself again. Tortoise, ever calm, agreed. The drums were brought out once more. Lion went first, drumming with even more intensity than before, roaring in time with the beats, his eyes filled with rage. The earth shook, but this time the crowd seemed unsettled by the aggression in his rhythm. When it was Tortoise's turn, he did something unexpected. Instead of drumming loudly or fiercely, he closed his eyes and played a quiet, gentle beat, one that whispered of ancient wisdom, of peace and harmony. The animals, even Lion, were mesmerized. The spirits of the forest, unseen by most, joined in, their presence making the air shimmer with magic. The animals felt something they had never felt before, contentment. For the first time, they realized that strength wasn't always about power, but about knowing when to be gentle. The king finally rose, his voice calm but firm. "Tortoise, your drumming has shown us something greater than mere skill. You've reminded us of the balance of life, the wisdom that comes from understanding both strength and softness." The title of Royal Drummer was awarded to Tortoise, and the feast that followed was grander than anyone could have imagined. As they celebrated, the animals shared the lesson they had learned that day, that wisdom and kindness could be more powerful than brute strength. Lion, humbled by Tortoise's grace, approached him after the feast. "I was wrong," he admitted. "I let my pride blind me. Your rhythm touched me in ways my power never could." Tortoise smiled. "We all have our strengths, Lion, but sometimes it's the softer beats that leave the deepest marks." The animals of the village never forgot that contest, and from then on, whenever they drummed, they did so not just with their hands, but with their hearts, carrying with them the wisdom of the clever tortoise. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And if you think your friends might enjoy it too, feel free to share it with them. Thanks for your support.